The first time that I went to an amusement park as a young boy, I remember standing there and looking up at the roller coaster that was towering over me. And the people were going by screaming in the car as they went by, and I thought to myself, why would anybody ever do that to themselves? And I decided right there that day that I will never ride a roller coaster. And it didn't really matter at the time anyway, because I was too short to ride the roller coaster anyhow. You know, throughout the years, I have lost count of the number of times that I have said to myself, I will never do that, only for time to pass by, and years later I find myself doing the exact thing that I said that I would never do. Now, some of you might have experienced the same phenomena in your own life, where you see something that seems scary to you, or it's maybe just something that you don't really want to do, and you say to yourself, I will never do that. Now, as may be the case in your life, many of my I will never do that moments really turned into defining moments in my life. One of those times was when I bought my first car in high school. It was a 1965 Pontiac, and I absolutely loved that car, and I vowed to myself that I would never sell that car. Well, time went on, and I got married, and we had a son, and we had a daughter, and we had another son. And during this process, we came to understand that I needed to sell that car and get something that would fit my family better. Now, this isn't the only time that this ever happened to me. I remember starting college and wanting to train to work in the field of computer science. And I had family members that had gone to Bible school, and I had even thought about doing that myself. But I wanted computer science so bad that I said to myself, I will never go to Bible college. Well, within 2 years, I ended up at Bible college. And I loved it. I learned a lot there. And I spent the next 8 years after Bible college using the things that I had learned in a very specific way. As we packed that moving truck to leave LaGrange, Wyoming, where I attended Bible college, and we were on our way to Utah, headed out of town, I looked back and I said to myself, I will never live in LaGrange, Wyoming again. Well, 5 years ago, we moved back to LaGrange, Wyoming. During our 8 years in Utah, I learned a lot of things. I learned a lot of new skills. I learned a lot about myself. And now I'm using those skills back in LaGrange, Wyoming, and working as an administrator for a nonprofit organization. In the same way that I have experienced, there may be things in your own life where you just look at them and you say, I will never do that. You probably will make that statement several times out loud in your life, and sometimes the statement will be made in your own head. But what I want you to go with today is that you need to not be afraid of those times. You need to not be afraid of those I will never do that moments in your life, because like what happened in my own life, those might become the very things that define who